guys, just a quick card here. Make sure my light's working. This is a one I started doing years ago. I'm not saying I'm claiming that I made it up, because I didn't. But I just know it's been around a long time, and since most of these cards that I'm doing are reintroducing some oldies but goodies. Okay, so you're going to need a block. You're going to need some stamps, preferably open stamp, a closed stamp, maybe a word stamp, and some swirls. So that's what I've got here. Let me zoom in just a little bit. Now, I'm going to need some cardstock. This is some pretty lightweight Reflections cardstock, I think, Michael's cardstock. You're going to need one 4 by 5 1/4, one 3 by 4 1/4, and one 2 by 3 1/4. So 2 and 3 1/4, 3 by 4 1/4, and 4 by 5 1/4. Alright, and then we're going to use some repositional adhesive. Love this stuff. Always a must-have. And a stamp pad. Now you can do multiple colors, whatever you want. I'm doing a single color just to show the effect of this simple but very elegant. Now I've a very elegant card or technique. I've put some repositional tape on here, and I'm going to center this up. Well, I'm sorry, it's easier when you're looking straight on at it than it is. Okay. So there's that. And then you're going to put some more repositional tape. Now this paper has a textured side and a non-textured side. And so you want to make sure that you're going to try and get all of the same side, you know, the same side used on this, just so it, I mean, as far as if you wanted to switch them up, I guess it would really make any difference on this technique. Okay, so hopefully you can see how I have these placed on top of each other, and again, it's just with repositional. So I'm going to take a stamp. And this is a Stampin' Up! Pad, the Baked Brown Sugar. I just happened to, it's the first color I grabbed. I'm just stamping off just to make sure I'm getting a good coverage on here. So now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to just stamp this like you would normally a card of this size. And you're not going to like stamp it, you know, the main image right on, you know, right in the center. So the more overlapping you get of the 3 layers, the better. And you might want to give this a little bit of pressure, but you don't have to give it, you know, a whole lot more than you normally would. And you just start stamping. You can go off the page. You can use the 1, 3, 5, 7 rule. Whatever you want to do. But again, the more stamps, the more times that you get it to go across the 3 sections, the better off you are. Get this one hooked on here. This one, some of these that were purchased on the wood mount stamps, and then I took them off the wood mount stamps. They don't stick on my ink things quite as well as I'd like them to sometimes. So, getting a couple of these down. And Okay. And you can always come back and do more once you get the stamps on here that you're wanting to use. It's always kind of nice to have a solid one so that you can, it's a little harder to get these solid stamps covered up like you want them. Let me see. Huh. Got something on this one. Hold on now. Let me make sure. Gonna have a good, that's pretty good. I don't know what's, it's like there's something on this, like, but I can't see anything. Okay. Do it one more time. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to okay, and again, like I said, you can change this up any way you want. This is one of the words. And I think what I'm going to do is I think I have a saying that I'm going to put here in the center. So just so you can actually read it on one spot. Now I think I'm going to go back to my big flower. Okay, and then we're going to get a little... Okay, and then well, I thought I might have a little saying that I could put with this. Let me see. No, those wouldn't work. Those are funny things and totally would not work. Let's see. Oh, this is horrible. Just trying to find some little funky little cutesy, but not real cutesy. This one will work. Probably not the best thing, but it's just something that I have that I'm going to use. Let's get this. I haven't used this stamp yet, so I want to make sure that I'm going to have a nice clear stamp. Okay, sending you happy thoughts. Alright, so there's that. now, let me get reorganized and get my stamps cleaned up, and I'll be right back. Okay, so 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. You're going to cut on the 11 side. You're going to cut it at 5.5, which is going to give you a card, and we're going to score it at 4.25, and that is going to give you your card. And then the rest of this, you're going to utilize the other half of this. You're going to get a 3.5 by 2.25 piece, and you're going to get a 4.5 by 3.25 piece, and the rest of this is for other things, whatever. You can do other things with that. So now we have, let's get this out of the way. Now we have our scored sheet of paper, these 2 sheets, and our original piece that we had that we did all the stamping on. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and fold this. Oops. Let me get my bone folder here. There we go. Okay. And now I'm going to take these off, and I'm going to just, not that it's all that important, but I'm just going to rub off that removable tape that's on the backs of them. Just so it's off of there and I'm not dealing with that possibly coming up and bugging me later. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we've got our now if you're not going to put this on a card, you would need a third piece at 4.25 by the 5.5. Okay, but that is what your normal card is. So you've got your 4.25 by 5.5, and then this was 4 by 5.25. So it fits on there perfectly. And then you put this piece, which is the 3.25 by 4.5. Put this down, and you put this on here, which is the 3 by 4.25. You want to make sure that you keep these all facing the same way as when they were originally stamped. Now this is the 2.25 by 3.5. You put that down, and then you put this one, the top piece, which was 2 by 3.25. And now look how cool that is. Let me get you closer. This has been around a long time. But how cool is that? So simple, so easy, a bit of cutting, and bam, you're done. And then you can take some baker's twine or whatever you like. Let's see, how's this? This is some good baker's twine. So we're gonna take a bit of this baker's twine. And I've got just, let's see, yeah, it is still recording, but I'm about to run out of battery. So a little jiggle here while I plug in. There we go. Okay, so I don't think I lost anything. But putting all of this together, I mean, just how simple and cool is this? I just need to find the starting of this thing, which I am never very good at. Let's see. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to take a bit of this. I'm going to go ahead and get my ATG out. And get this on. Oops. Oops. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna center this. There we go. All right. Okay, so then we just are going to take and wrap this around this way and bring this around this way. And just tie a little bow. And I find I always have to have a huge amount because my fingers just won't handle those little itty bitty pieces. And if I don't do them upside down, they come out funny. So, all right. So there. That a little smaller. Make that a little smaller. It's got right there at that where that bend is in the there we go. That's a good size for that. Oops. Pulled the wrong side. And then this, let's see, this side, just one little one. There we go. I always have to play with mine for quite a while, but then it's kind of silly. I play around with it until I find it's cute. So, and we have, it's really, I just love this whole application. So this, now I'm going to get this out of the way here. Get this on here. I love my ATG gun. It does take a while. I know I've seen people that, you know, run it around all the corners without stopping it, and I'm not so good at doing that. So I just do the drag and stop, but it works for me. So that's, as long as it works, we're always happy campers. And again, you want to make sure that, see, because if I were to have flipped this over, the pattern does not match what's here. So you always want to make sure that you're maintaining the integrity of the pattern. Okay, so let me get this one on. Now you could ink the edges if you wanted, but it really, you know, I've seen some people do that. To me, it kind of really makes it stand out that you're putting paper in between everything, but, you know, at the same time, that's not really a bad thing. It's whatever the look is that you want. There's no right way or wrong way. I am choosing not to ink my edges, but you certainly can ink your edges, no problem. I'm also going to, because I put the, hold on, can't think and talk at the same time, chew gum. Okay, so again, we're just going to make sure that we're lining this up and that everything is making sense. Make sure, yeah, doing pretty well there. Okay, since I put the baker's twine on this, I'm going to lift these up, and I just have to find my, and I like to use a lot of these because I like it to be supported. And I have actually started using foam, it's a Jennifer McGuire. I saw her doing it, and I'm like, Fun Foam on the back of these, instead of paying what you pay for these little dimensional things, that Fun Foam, man, pennies on the dollar. Unless you're just putting one in each corner, you know, on a little thing. These are great on something small. But when you're wanting to, I mean, this is a 2x3 sheet of paper here, and I want to put it through the mail. It needs to have some support to it, so it doesn't collapse on itself and look funny. So, yeah, so I like the whole idea of Fun Foam and have started using it just for this. This was easy to grab and do. There we go. Okay. And I'm sorry, I'm going to hold this up so I can see what I'm doing. And there we go. So there it is, guys. How cute is that? Now you can, if you want, you could have colored in these flowers and made it two-tone. You could have done different color inks. You could have done multicolors on the paper. I mean, the sky's the limit. There's no right or wrong way of doing all of this. It's just a cool idea and just reminding you what you can do. All right, guys. Have fun crafting. Use these old techniques and make beautiful cards. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye!